What's up, people? We are back. We're back for another weekly challenge, and don't let the screen fool you. Here we're playing a Just Declare weekly challenge. Someone popped this into the chat or into one of the comments on one of the previous videos in this series, and I like the idea of getting back to this kind of very simplistic form of bridge. This is how I'm kind of trying to teach beginners how to play now as well, right? So not necessarily jumping right to this scenario, but getting them first on a little bit of card play and then introducing them to this format and saying, look, you're in the contract of four spades, right? You didn't get to bid this hand. In fact, you don't even have to know how to bid. Just tell them you need 10 tricks, six plus the contract you're in. And there you go, right? You try to take 10 tricks and you get to control both hands. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're going to play match point scoring. So kicking it up a notch here because over tricks are going to matter, and the robot is just amazing at these sorts of tournaments. So first thing we're going to do, though, and we're going to kind of dial it down a little bit this week. We're going to talk a lot about Just Declare play, right? Because that's all we're going to get to do this week. And maybe we'll get a little time to critique the robot's bidding as well. I don't mind that. Let's see how they did bid this hand. It went a club by the North player, perfectly fine. This player had 16 points in the South player's hand, so they bid one spade. And it went one no trump. There's new minor forcing, folks. Two diamonds. Hey, partner, I have at least an invitational hand. And I want to know about the major suits. And in fact, the South player kind of wants to know about both. Most expert partnerships will agree that with new minor forcing, we'll show the four card major first, or at least the lower one first, right? So here, if partner had four hearts and three spades, they're supposed to bid hearts, and then we'll find our better fit. Four fits are better than 5-3 fits. So if we had two fits on this hand, hearts and spades, and hearts was 4-4, we would want to play hearts. As you can see, we have one fit on this hand. Luckily, though, it's spades. And now we're looking at what? When we're playing in a suit contract, first of all, what are we counting when we see the dummy? I like to count losers. You can count winners as well. That might be helpful at some point also, but that's more of a no-trumpy strategy initially. I think it's a little more helpful, a little harder, but a little more helpful to look at losers. And here's what I like to do. I just like to compartmentalize it by suit. We can see on the Queen of Hearts lead, which is interesting. It should kind of ring out as shortness here, which means we might know where the Ten of Hearts is. But on this lead, we kind of know that it's shortness, right? Because they don't have the jack over here to the left. They don't have the 10. But we have no losers in hearts is what I'm trying to get to in a long-winded sort of way. Once the queen is out, right, we have no losers in this suit. If they trump one, yeah, we have a trump loser, right? How many club losers do we have? Some of you might say, well, man, I have missing the king and the queen. That's two there, but you're using both of these hands, folks, and we're playing in four spades, right? So how many club losers do we have? We have zero, right? Once the ace of clubs is gone, that's a winner already. We're not losing that trick. I get to trump clubs in my hand with this nice long trump suit, so I have zero losers there. How many in diamonds, folks? Zero also, right? We have zero losers in all of the side suits, right? Ace, queen, king only have three cards in the suit on both sides. The only loser we technically have right away is the ace of spades. So we have no reason not to draw trump. I like to this might be a little risky and on a bad spade break, but here I don't want them to get their heart rough. And if I can convince left-hand opponent that I'm taking some sort of finesse here, let's say they have like ace doubleton or ace third. Well, ace doubleton, they know what to do. Ace third, they might duck a spade, and now I get to draw one more round of trump before that. They were not fooled at all, obviously. But it's nice that the short heart player, ooh, okay, this might have been a doubleton they were leading here. Let's just play the 8, let that 10 fall. Boom, okay, that's nice. Now we can claim, to be honest. I'm not going to, I'm just going to show you the drawing of trump, but let me just tell you what's going on in my head. I have no other losers, and I'm going to draw trump. And how many trumps are left out there? At worst, there's 3 left out there, and they're all in one hand. At best, they're just going to divide evenly, and there they go. They divided evenly, 2 and 1 there. You can draw the trump. We're just going to unblock the heart, right? We're going to play a low heart to the jack, and now when we lead a diamond to our hand, whatever, we can take these tricks in any sort of way we want. Once we draw trump, we're good. That's plus 480, and folks, let me tell you something right now. Plus 480, I'd love to say that's an amazing score, but think about it. We didn't do anything amazing there. Let's take a quick peek at the result stream. I mean, we can just see we don't get a chance to bid any further. And honestly, we wouldn't really want to. The robots did a very nice job of bidding this hand, right? They get to play 4 spades, and they don't. The south hand may have an interest in playing slam, but they happen to know that north limited their hand to a balanced 12 to 14. As you can see, we did take 12 tricks here. It was kind of a magical situation. Partner had no wasted value, and the robots not only had the Queen of Hearts doubleton, but they let it. So we had no need to guess hearts. If you have to guess hearts in this hand, it's terrible. And in fact, in 6, they shouldn't lead the Queen of Hearts. If they do, it's a disaster for them. But we'll take it, folks. What the moral of the story is on that board 1 is we're chopping action on that. The robots are doing exactly the same thing. Now we're playing 3-no trump. Let's see. We're 14 opposite 13. That looks like a pretty good 3-no. Looks like, let's see. We had an inverted minor suit auction with these robots here. So South opened 1 diamond. North has 2 choices, right? They can actually make the inverted minor suit raise and bid 2 diamonds and just start the auction that way. Or they could just jump to 3-no trump, right? Kind of hide their diamond fit. I like the diamond raise is interesting here because they do have club shortness, and maybe sometimes you find your way into a diamond slam. But here, I mean, either way, it looks good. The robot did a good job here. Unfortunately for us, the robot opponent has found a very, very nice lead. The spade lead is the one we fear the most because the suit that honestly, clubs is pretty bad as well, to be fair. I wouldn't love a club switch here either because here's the problem, folks. When you count your winners, and that's what we're going to do in no trump. I like that we start with a suit contract and then a no trump contract. Here's our winner count. We have 4 heart winners. Let me clean that up. We have 2 diamond winners. We have 1 spade winner. I know you might be saying we're going to take a club trick. I agree, but it's not a winner right now. Right? Count the ones you can take right now. It's only 7. We need 9. Where are our extra tricks going to come from? They're going to come from diamonds, right? Maybe a spade. I don't know. The 9-8 fourth of spades isn't the worst sort of situation to have. Here's the deal, though. When they lead this king of spades, there's been no auction, right? They haven't overcalled spades. They haven't done anything here. But when they lead the king, it's likely king, queen at least. Probably king, queen, jack. That's what it's supposed to be. But if the 10 is to our right, or maybe the jack is to our right, and they're leading king, queen, 10, I mean, we have a stopper in spades if we hop up with the ace right now. And here's the deal as well, folks. If we don't start taking those diamond tricks as quickly as possible, creating them as quickly as possible, we're in danger of just losing a lot here. If they switch to a club, they have a 9-card club fit between them, right? So here, I would usually duck the spade, like in any situation, except I fear a switch to the club suit way more than I fear spades at this moment. So I'm going to take this ace of spades. And there's the 10 of spades. Love seeing that card. Love it. Love it. That either means it's like jack 10 doubleton, whatever, 10 short. I don't care. I'm going to play diamonds now, and I'm going to play them in a fun way. I'm going to play king of diamonds and then low to the 10. Ooh, that's what I like to see right there. Now the question is, what's the deal? Is this a singleton? Is it not? I'm playing it for shortness there, and there it is. Wow, we did well here. And now we have 2 entries over to that side here. So now we're going to crank out this diamond trick, and let's take a second. Let's reassess, right? So when we find a little gold here. We found 4 tricks in the bank so far. Let's count our winners again. We have 4, that's 8. And we can create a diamond trick, that's 9. The spades, we have a stopper in at this moment. The king and the 10 were gone. The ace, the queen, and the jack are the only ones there. So the 9-8, even this 5 could develop into a trick if we see some 7 shebang over here. But we're super healthy here at this point to play a heart to the queen. Problem is, well, actually, it's not even a problem. We're okay if this happens. I'm going to pitch a club here, right? I need to hold on to my spade length. And now here we go. Just make sure you force the jack. And worst case, we see queen of spades, ace of clubs, and then the hand is over, right? But that's 9 rippers, folks. We don't want to see a club here, to be honest. We might... Oh, the impossible dream. They hook us up without taking their ace of clubs, so now we can play jack of hearts. Now we have so many tricks, it's ridiculous. Wow. Thank you. Plus 630. Don't know if that's going to beat the robot. They're pretty darn good themselves, but the big thing, my big question is going to be on this board, on board 2. Did the robot duck the opening lead and or find a club switch, right? Because now if it goes, well, let's see if a club lead gets it. No, it just they always hold it because we can just looks like we can just get enough tricks, especially with getting 3 diamonds once we figure that out. The restricted choice problem, we'll get a club that's 4, 4 hearts is 8, and the ace of spades is 9. So we can crank out 9 tricks either way. We got 10 though, so we'll take that, right? We hope that that's a win for us on this sort of format. Board 3, last chance to excel in day 1, and here we are. We're in 2 hearts. Look at this. Let's see how they bid this hand. Pretty good. 1 heart, 2 hearts, all float. Look at the north hand. I like this. That's a 2 heart bid. It's close. It's a 10 count, but it's flat, right? So they did a very good job of kind of just bidding the limit of their hand. I think it's kind of sexy with king ace. However, whatever. We'll be okay with this one for sure, especially considering we're going to lose the first 3 club tricks on this. But if we're back to our loser count again, how many losers do we have? Well, definitely 3 in the club suit. We're probably going to realize those right now, right? But no more than 3 because we're going to be voiding both hands. We likely have 1 heart loser and only 1, right? The ace of hearts, that's it. It looks like we have a stray spade loser, right? We have 4 on one side, 3 on the other. However, if you notice, that spade loser can be parked on that long ace of diamonds over here. At some point, we're going to play these king, queen of diamonds, hopefully before they get roughed, and then cross over to that side, play the ace of diamonds, and pitch away our low spade. The cool thing is, in the spade suit alone, and let's look at this, let's snake this out here. As our slow winners, right? Or sorry, slow losers, excuse me. We have the ace of spades, the king of spades. So we have 2 bites at the win. And then we have a third card that is not a winner. It's what we call a slow loser. It's going to take them time to build a trick there. And we can easily get rid of it in time by playing diamonds. So the big thing is we don't have to do this right away. In fact, we're going to draw trump first for sure. We're going to do a little false card action here, and maybe we convince them to kind of switch to something else, or maybe the queen just falls. That would be awesome. It did not happen in either way. They get off to, wow, okay, so there goes our spade loser. All the things we're worried about there. But now we can park a club on a diamond, and I'm going to take that. This is match points, folks. So I'm going to take a spot for this one. Let's hope this doesn't get roughed. If a spade gets rough later, we're chopping action here, but I like this. Let's go. Do not get a spade rough. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There's an overtrick, folks, that we went for and got. We can claim now we're going to draw 1 more round of trump in the spades. Good. But let's take you into that decision we just made at that point to hook us up with an extra trick. They went to bed with a trick they shouldn't have, and it's a good end to day 1. I feel pretty confident about these second 2 boards, at least. And we know the first one we're chopping action for sure. The second one we may have gained. The third one I think we're likely to have gained, and here's why. It went club. Boom. Right. So, all right. We should have a third club loser. In fact, they can realize it right now. And let's see what the double dummy says. It still says we should take 1 overtrick. We made 2. Right. So here, there they go. There's their downfall because they lead a low spade, which sets up a spade trick for us automatically. Watch what happens. Look at that. They have Jack Doubleton. They led low from Jack Doubleton, folks. So their partner is forced to play the queen here, and now their jack's just going to fall anyway. But it didn't necessarily need to happen that way. They ducked it. It went 10 of spades. And now I realize that I have a loser that I can get rid of now, right? I wasn't able to get rid of it if they just cashed the queen of clubs. But now that they've been foolishly playing the cards in their way, I get to unblock my diamonds. And now I need to get to my hand, but I need to do so without losing a trick, right? If I play a heart to my hand and try to draw some trump, it can go ace of hearts, cash a club, done. So we have to risk that spade play back to our hand, which is amazing. It goes spade to the king, their last spade over there to our left. And now we just get to play the ace of diamonds, bye-bye club loser, and hello to 2 overtricks instead of the 1 that they had in the bank. So good stuff. We like that. Who knows what's going to happen with the robots? They are, like I said, they're amazing at this format. I have lost to them more in this format than any time in the history of my playing these sorts of things. So that is it for day 1, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy a little focus on declare play, which is super important. And also, it's a great way to get beginners into the game, and you'll be seeing more of this sort of program from me as I try to get us at least a few card games to play around the Thanksgiving/Christmas tables. So stay tuned for all that, and I will see you in the next episode. Talk to you soon, folks.